the young and the restless spoilers shock. After being rejected by Sally multiple times, Adam Newman found himself reflecting on the past, particularly on his relationship with Chelsea Lawson. For the longest time, he had dismissed the possibility of rekindling things with her, believing that too much had happened between them for reconciliation. However, as he watched his life with Sally slip away, Adam began to reevaluate everything, including Chelsea. Maybe she wasn't the terrible partner he had once thought. Maybe the mistakes they made in the past weren't irreparable. But was it truly the right decision to attempt a reunion with Chelsea? Connor, their son, was at the heart of Adam's desire to reunite. There was no doubt that they both loved their son deeply, and perhaps that shared love could be the key to mending what had been broken. Connor had always been the bond that held Adam and Chelsea together, even when their relationship was on the rocks. And now, Adam believed that Connor could be the bridge that would help them heal their fractured family. But Chelsea wasn't as convinced. She had grown skeptical of Adam's intentions, especially after everything that had happened between them. Adam's history of lies and manipulation loomed large in her mind, and she wasn't eager to throw herself back into the arms of a man she could no longer trust completely. Deep down, Chelsea longed for a life of her own, free from the toxic cycles that had defined her relationship with Adam. She had worked hard to regain her independence and didn't want to risk losing herself in the process of trying to fix something that might be unfixable. Adam, sensing Chelsea's reluctance, knew he couldn't just expect her to forgive him. She had every right to be cautious. But he was determined to prove to her that things could be different this time. He wasn't the same man he used to be, or so he hoped. To convince Chelsea, he needed to show her that his feelings were genuine and that he was willing to make real changes for the sake of their family. Chelsea, however, wasn't about to make it easy for Adam. She decided to put him to the test, not through words, but through actions. If Adam truly wanted to prove his love, he would have to show it. Chelsea wasn't interested in empty promises or declarations of love. She wanted to see if Adam could follow through, to see if his commitment to her and to Connor was real. She knew that the path to reconciliation would be long and difficult, and she wasn't about to let Adam off the hook without making him earn her trust. This is where Connor came into play. Chelsea had always been fiercely protective of her son, and Connor had always been her top priority. She wanted to see if Adam was genuinely committed to being the father Connor needed. If Adam could prove himself to their son, maybe, just maybe, Chelsea could start to believe that their relationship had a chance. Connor, ever the perceptive and sensitive child, picked up on the tension between his parents. He didn't want to see them fighting or distant anymore. Though he was young, he understood that his family had been through a lot, and he longed for the day when things would be better. It was Connor who became the bridge between Adam and Chelsea, the person who could bring them closer. He cared deeply for both of his parents and wanted to help them find their way back to each other. Adam, realizing how important Connor's role was, began to rely on his son to help soften Chelsea's heart. He encouraged Connor to talk to his mother, to remind her of the good times they had as a family, to convince her that forgiveness was possible. Adam's intentions were clear. He wanted a fresh start, not just for himself but for their entire family. He knew that if he could win Chelsea's trust through Connor, there might still be hope for them. But Adam had an even bigger plan in mind, one that involved leaving Genoa City behind, at least temporarily. He wanted to take Connor back to Paris for treatment. The city held a special significance for their family, a place where they had found peace before, and Adam believed it could be the perfect setting for a fresh start. He hoped that if they could get away from the chaos of Genoa City, they might be able to rebuild their lives away from the constant drama that surrounded them. Adam's idea was simple: a new environment, far from the pressures and expectations of the past, might give them the space they needed to heal. He imagined Connor getting the treatment he needed in Paris, while he and Chelsea could spend time together, away from the prying eyes and judgmental stares of everyone in Genoa. It was a bold plan, and Adam was convinced it could work. But would Chelsea agree? Chelsea had her reservations. Leaving Genoa City wasn't something she had considered, and while the idea of a new start was tempting, she wasn't sure if it was the right move.